All right, guys, so today we're going to look at using our elbows as entries against punches that are both destructions or just ways to get in and intercept the oncoming attack. We use different terminology. Sometimes we use the term vertical gunting. We use the term kata sock, which is like a spearing elbow, seiko destruction, that sort of thing. But what we're going to try to do is narrow things down to a simpler concept overall, so you get the idea and understand that the range of the attack is going to dictate the technique. Also, we got a free Panantukan course on the what's called kata sock, the spearing elbow entry, down below in the description. Just go to kalicombatives.com. So let's get into it. Okay, so the first technique we're looking at, we call this an elbow destruction or seiko destruction, right? But what it essentially is when he's throwing a punch, this is a longer range technique. I'm at the end of his punches. I'm getting my elbow in the way of his punch, okay? And the way we train this, just like a lot of things in Kali, we like to do things symmetrically. So at first, we kind of keep it consistent. When he throws his left punch, I use my right hand to parry, but then I use my left elbow to sink it in. When training, you got to be very careful with this. Even if you put boxing gloves on your partner here, it can still sometimes sink in, so be really, really careful how you do it. We're going to show you how you do it on pads. But the way this looks to practice first is I go one, and I immediately follow the backhand angle from my elbow. When he throws the cross, I parry with the left and use the right elbow, and then backhand with the right. I can also go vertical with this and go into the eyes, vertical on this side and go into the eyes, okay? Now the other thing we can do though is go to the same side or a cross parry. I'm using my left hand, so I'm coming at it this way, but then I'm gonna fill that line in the center. On this side, it's gonna feel kind of wrong, and we'll explain later why you wanna practice that. So at first we just try to get a balance on both sides, right? Vertical, and then I would add follow-ups, and then I could go cross parry here and cross parry here like that. And notice again, I'm training this so that I don't hit Chris's elbow. So it takes practice and timing. Go slow, but you want to just be real careful with that. Now the next one that we're going to use though is we sometimes say kata sock, or we also say vertical gunting. What we like to do is just bring this elbow in. Now this is going to be more when the pressure is coming. The seiko destructions I can use a little bit more out at long range, right? He's throwing jabs at me or punches, I can lean back. This one now is maybe he's bringing the pressure, right? But either way, what I want to do is I want to sink into my elbow. I'm going to use that same parrying motion, but when he jabs, I'm going to slice up. Now see how close I am right into his body here like this, right? Now to get balance, I practice on the outside. That's the vertical gunting on the outside. We can also go to the inside of the punch. See the cross parry here, and I go inside here like this. We'll just kind of switch the angle here. So again, this is my vertical gunting outside, my vertical gunting outside, my vertical gunting inside, and my vertical gunting to the inside. So again, for our development, we like to practice working both sides symmetrically, right? But now let's talk about how we might apply these in a more common sense or easier to access under duress. Okay, so now that we've practiced both sides again to get the balance, right, and get dexterity on both sides. And sometimes you have to operate from different stances, etc., because again, it's not based on necessarily ring sport, right? In fact, I like to practice from, like, say, a fence or from an interview position, what have you. But the thing about this is that I can just use the same technique pretty much against any attack. On the straight punches, on the long range, I can just use that front elbow against that punch or that punch. Front elbow, right? So that's one way to kind of simplify things, right? Because people might say, well, how are you going to know from punch to punch? You're not going to have time to... We understand that. Things are done out of timing, out of an exchange, et cetera, et cetera. But what I like about this kata sock, or this elbow, this gunting, they're both kind of the same thing, is that I can use it against any punch, right? So same thing is if I just practice my left elbow as my entry, I can go to the outside of his punch. I can go to the inside of that punch. If he throws a hook punch, right, I can go inside with that elbow. I can go inside. I can use the same technique against pretty much any punch. He throws an uppercut. Be careful. Boom. I can go with that elbow. I want to make sure I cut that uppercut off, but I can still sink that elbow in. So we could take this concept, right, and then kind of simplify it and streamline it, right? Now the way you train it, sometimes like to work the timing, you might put bag gloves on. Again, be really careful with the seiko, but you have your partner kind of feed you random jabs and you're just looking for maybe when you can time that, boom, when you can maybe enter, right? But again, this is usually best for when I get pressure from him. Maybe I step back, and then I dive in with that elbow. So that's two different ways of thinking about using the elbows. Again, destroying that incoming punch, or using it to enter into the body. Once we're in there, we can go into our tie-ups, our clinch, follow-ups, whatever we want to use. Now let's look at ways that we practice this with the pads. Okay, so here's one of the ways that we like to practice this on the pads. I myself like to have the feeder slant this up just a little bit. Don't feed it flat and don't feed it this way. The problem with this is you can still get your fingers from the elbow, but I like the slant because it allows me to make contact with my elbow here like this. So when he feeds the jab, we cut it here with that elbow, we call Seiko destruction, and then I hammer fist, or I can hack it, right, whatever motion, and then we usually follow up with 3 punches, and then it could be any kind of leg attack. Could be a kick to the groin, could be a knee to the groin, whatever your partner wants to hold. So again, this is killing the jab, backhanding right away onto that pad, and then we follow up with our strikes. When we do jab cross, what we like to do here is use that motion to switch the base. You don't have to do it that way, but that's just kind of standard training for us. But nonetheless, when I'm hitting this, I want to train that immediate response. It's like a button. I hit the elbow, boom, and I backhand, and then we're out here like this, okay? So this is how we like to train the Seiko, what we call Seiko destruction, the elbow destruction on the focus mitts. All right, now let's look at how we can train the vertical gunting or the kata sock, whatever you want to call it, but that spearing elbow. We add the double parry. When he jabs, I go here. Now, here what we do is we just trap. I like to go sometimes with elbows instead of back fists because of the range. See, if I come in this close, I trap that arm down, boom, I can elbow, and then I can follow up with elbows, bang, and then knee or kick, right? So again, he feeds, look, parry. See, we come up into this position here. We say salute. I trap, and then I can use the elbow, or if you want, you can still back fist and go into punches. I like to go into elbows and then knees. Okay, same thing against the cross now. I'm gonna vertical gunting here, back elbow into the right lead, and then go into my attack here like this. One more time, jab, cross. This is outside vertical gunting. When I trap, again, if you want, you can just use that hammer fist or use the back elbow into the pads. And then bang, okay? Now when we go inside, what he'll do is he'll put this pad against the jab. He'll put the pad right inside the crook of his shoulder. So when I go here, one, I can sink my elbow right into the pad here like this. From here, you could do a ton of stuff. A lot of times we'll hit with the elbow one more time, push him out, and then go into different follow-ups. So again, this is the vertical gunting to the inside, right? And you're using that elbow now to sink into the body. Hit them one more time with the elbow, and then you can utilize whatever tools you want for the follow-up. And then same thing against the cross, one, I'll vertical to the inside. See how he puts the pad there, bang, and now we like to move the base, right, to practice hitting out of both leads. Let's look at this angle real quick for that right cross. So one, see how I'm here, move, right? I can either use the pad or I can just hit his actual body and then follow up. So this is just some ways to practice these techniques. If you have tactical gear, you can really sink it in, right, using the helmet, or the chest protector and the helmet. But in this case too, like for class and stuff like that, these are ways we use the focus mitts to practice these techniques, to practice the entries, and to practice our follow-ups. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Hope you like that. Make sure you like, subscribe. Go ahead and throw some comments in there. Tell us what you think. And also check out that free course we have on the kata sock, on that spearing elbow. Just go to kalicombatives.com. Look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Train safe, train hard, take care. We'll see you soon.